My name is Engineer Adekola Badiru, Business Director and Principal Consultant, Karima Technologies Limited.
My name is Iriolu Oguntoashi. I'm a lawyer and I major in labor law.
My name is Emmanuel Michael. I'm the founder of HR with EM.
Isaac Monday Boro, the principal partner in Isaac M. Boro and Co.
My name is Femi Akeredolu. I am the Executive Director of Finance for the company.
My name is Ahimari Kingsley. Ahimari Kingsley is the head of HR and admin of Bloom Distribution Limited.
I got to know about ICS Outsourcing Limited from its chief operating officer, at the time when ICS needed the services of a lawyer who is skilled in labor law, and I was able to fill in that role perfectly.
I was introduced to ICS by one of its directors in the year 2010, and I got introduced to the then managing director, Mr. Femi Olatide. And since then, between then and now, my company has been doing a number of services for ICS.
Got to discover ICS Outsourcing sometime early in 2011. And the first company I worked when I relocated to Lagos. And then sometime between 2016, I started to engage with ICS Outsourcing. 2021, 2022, we engaged ICS Outsourcing to help us with identifying and hiring or recruiting direct sales agents.
I've known the company since year 2007 when I was introduced to the company by Mr. D.K. Adedeji, who was then the Executive Director of Niger Insurance PLC. He later rose to become the Managing Director of Niger Insurance before he retired. At the time I was introduced to ICS, Mr. Thomas Areola was the Managing Director, and it was through him that I was enlisted as the then sole external solicitor of ICS.
2014 thereabouts, when I finished my first degree, my dad friend was saying, go and work, go and work, go and work. I said, work? So yeah, let me finish my service. He said, no, there is one associate firm at Obanikoro. My daughter got a banking job from them. Go there and they will do the same thing for you. So I actually went, I wasn't serious. I went there. So at the process, go and bring certificate, bring this one, bring O-level, bring birthday certificate. I was just laughing. I don't have all this time. Okay, and one of the guys said, if you don't bring all these things, we are not going to accept you. So I walked out. I left. Then after some years, when I'm working, I said, I'm looking for an associate firm. That firm I went that was so rigid in onboarding process, they could be the best for me. So I approached ICS again. So that was how we connected again.
I've been in this company for 20 years. I've done a lot in the company. Value has been added, like what this company stands for, to encourage people to grow in various areas of their endeavor. When I joined this company, I was just a BSc Economics, but over the years, I've gotten additional qualifications in various areas, and as of today, I have more than 5 qualifications added to my credits.
ICS are dogged in terms of recruitment, but sometimes it can take a longer process. Okay, although we have had meetings over time, and I think they have adjusted. ICS is becoming one of the best associate firms in Nigeria.
Right from the first day that I entered into the ICS office, my impression has been that of a well-run and well-structured company, and the focus of the company is well detailed with respect to the sectors of the industry that they service, which includes some sort of financial services, training, and HR. To the best of my knowledge, they are on top of the game. The staffing of ICS, the quality of their staff, and the clients they service really makes them unique in the way one perceives them. Right from the onset, right from the very beginning that I've known ICS, they have gone to service top clients in the industries that they find themselves.
Yes, my impression of the company is that it is a very good company that complies with international best practice, and they've also been recognized with award. I remember in 2018, they're given award by the African Brand Leadership as the most outstanding outsourcing firm of the year, and they also followed it. ECOWAS Youth Parliament also gave them an award for outstanding performance in human resource. So they are a very good brand to associate with, and it's a privilege that I'm associating with them.
My impression of the company, ICS Outsourcing, is that I think they do their business in a professional way. One thing that I love so much is before they bring the people on board, they carry out some sort of background check on these people. And in addition to the background check, they also provide them some sort of skills training to make sure that they are actually employable before deploying them to the organization.
Between the time I knew ICS and now, ICS is no longer what we used to do then. As at that time, the IT was not so much in vogue. I think today, with innovation, especially in IT, ICS has gone global, if I may use that word, because I know we have an office outside Nigeria. So many innovations have been brought in between that time and now. You can see what we used to do then manually is now being done online, and that is an improvement, and that is how to be in competition with others.
ICS Outsourcing Nigeria Limited, we are the foremost outsourcing firm in Nigeria, and we have been existing for over 30 years now. And some of the achievement of the company so far is that we have been adding value to lives. We have been delighting our customers for that 30 years. We have been trying as much as possible to create jobs, to help people get good jobs. And some of the challenges we are having as a company, which is also part of what is happening to other corporate entities in Nigeria, is that the change in government policies over time. That is number one. And the issue of competitors. You know, when we started, we are few, but now we have hundreds of other outsourcing companies in Nigeria, so the competition is there. And again, about 4 years ago, one of the challenges is this COVID-19. Also, the cost of doing business in Nigeria is also a challenge. But notwithstanding all of this, we have been coming out great, because that is why we are outsourcing. We are ICS Outsourcing.
I would say what sets them apart, because I've also related with some other outsourcing company. So they identify these talents and just deploy them to you. But ICS goes a long way by trying to train these people before sending them to the organization. And the other thing that they also did in terms of onboarding is that ICS tries to partner with the organization, because they partner with the organization where I worked to ensure that the onboarding included what we ordinarily would have deployed when they resume. So they had those onboarding sessions done with the new hires before deploying them to our place.
For ICS, all they need to do is to be on cruise control, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel. And for as long as there is something in that market they're in, and as market leaders, I have a feeling that if they continue with the quality of the staffing, the training they give their staff, and the courses that we vendors and collaborators also receive from them, they'll continue to be leaders for many years to come.
The ability they have a large portfolio, and they are not even majoring on outsourcing alone. You know, they are majoring on other things apart from outsourcing. So that set them apart. And in addition, they're also extremely client-centric. You know, they ensure that they fulfill the needs of their clients at every point in time. And they also ensure that they comply with international best practices. They're always very familiar with international best practices, and they ensure that for every agreement that they make, you know, they keep to it. You know, once they make an agreement, they ensure that they keep to it. So those are part of the things that set them apart from competitors.
Yes, I know ICS as an organic and dynamic organization that is expanding on all sides. I may not be its competitors, but I know that they have remained in business for as long as 30 years, despite the very poor economic situation we found ourselves in Nigeria. There must be something that have an edge over their competitors. That is why, and I know as a matter of fact, because I have been involved in one thing or the other, that ICS has always considered the interests of their clients as uppermost. They would rather bend over backwards to satisfy a client, even sometimes at their own expense.
I've actually worked with about 17 associate firms in Nigeria. What set ICS aside is widespread. I can recruit in Borno, Adamawa, Kano, even sitting in Lagos. So that has set me apart from every other agency.
My advice is that they should not relent on their efforts. They should not spare any amount to get the best, to make sure that all is well with the services they render. And if there are gaps that the industry has created over time concerning what they do, they should try and close out these gaps and keep themselves on top as leaders of that sector.
My advice for ICS outsourcing is that they should continue to invest in development of the people that they deploy to organizations, because the more they invest and these people are well equipped, they will become better ambassadors for the organization. So when you deploy and they're able to do well, it tells a better story about the organization and people want to continue to relate with ICS.
So my advice for ICS is that the leadership should keep doing what they are doing. The employees are committed to the leadership style. It's a democratic leadership style that every employee will want to key into. And I would also advise that they should keep expanding their portfolio. I think within the human resource space, ICS is the only company that they don't major in human resource alone. And that says a lot about their intention. That says a lot about where they want to be. And I believe that if they continue like this, the sky is not even the end, but the starting point or the beginning for them. They will obviously, get to where they want to get to.
My advice is for ICS to continue to uphold those core values that they have held very dearly to their hearts, which has enabled them to retain their customer and even their customer base. I know there are so many other clients that are coming in since 2007 when I knew ICS.
The future of outsourcing for this company and for Nigeria as a country there is a bright future for outsourcing. Because when we started, do people know about outsourcing? It was a great challenge. But nowadays, at the current period, people know outsourcing. But the only challenge is an industry that has not been regulated by government. We need government regulation. But we know as event unfolds, outsourcing has come to stay in Nigeria. And I know as ICS outsourcing, we are also into that classification, going to other areas apart from outsourcing. But outsourcing has come to stay and it will continue to grow.
Through the years, the partnership between Stanbic IBTC and ICS Outsourcing has grown stronger. They have provided good support to our organization. We look forward to many more years of great teamwork and partnership. Congratulations and happy 30th anniversary Team ICS.
My wishes for ICS Outsourcing is to celebrate another 30 years and another 30 years. And as they continue to expand and grow, they will continue to have more clientele and become worldwide known.
I wish them all the best. They've been good clients of ours, and I have personal relationships with quite a number of them. From the erstwhile MD, Mr. Femi Olatide, a very good man, and the current MD, Mr. Peter Akideju. I think he's a doctor now, and I remember a few times we traveled together to do some trainings, outside Lagos. Time we spent together, sharing our experiences. When one looks at that kind of arrangement, you always wish them well, and you always believe that for as long as they keep coming up with quality ideas and ways of doing things, there won't be any going back for them.
I want to say happy 30 years anniversary. Okay, it's not easy for how many years? 3 decades. Okay, that is fantastic. I want to see more years to come, and I promise I'll go to participate in 50 years to come, meaning we are going to still be partners. So thank you guys.
So my wish for ICS is that they should keep doing what they are doing. They are going to keep expanding even beyond the leaps and bounds. And their leaders also, their leaders should keep doing what they are doing. They have such a democratic leadership style. They should keep expanding their portfolios. And it's a company that I know that in years to come, they will surpass all their competitors because of what they are inclined to do. Congratulations, ICS, on your 30th anniversary.
I wish ICS a great achievement, and as we grow from strength to strength. We are planning to do a lot of things which I pray God will help us to achieve them. And I just want to advise that we should continue to be sensitive to government policies and changes in our environment. For example, the current SDG, the Sustainable Development Growth of Government, we are aligning with this by way of creating jobs, eradicate poverty, by decent work for our workers, by gender equality, and the economic through income our staff receive.